What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we are flying 1200 miles to do an SVT Ford Focus revival. But before we get this video started, let me remind you all that we are a bilingual and international channel, and we post 2 new videos each week, one in Spanish, one in English, and we post 1 tool review each month. With that being said, let's get to the video. We are flying 1200 miles to do an SVT Focus revival. This car has been sitting for almost 13 years, and I honestly don't know how I'm gonna find this vehicle. When we left this vehicle, the car was running and driving, but after sitting for 13 years, I'm not sure what I am gonna run into. So we're heading to Mexico City to go check this vehicle out, and when we get there, we are gonna rent a vehicle from the airport to try to do this revival. We need a new battery. I know for sure that that one is dead, and a fuel filter just to start this project. We are filming and checking every single dent and scratch of this vehicle, so that way we don't get ripped off when we're done with the vehicle. This vehicle is a 2024 Volkswagen Jetta.
El auto viene con raspones. Correcto, sí, son básicamente los restos. Para que podamos ir visualizando, ¿vale? Vamos a ir avanzando.
We are checking this vehicle all the way around, and we are filming everything inside and out, so that way we don't have any problems when we drop this vehicle off. If you do have to rent a vehicle, I suggest you do the same.
Es que el color y ahorita ya con la luz sí, aquí está lo que es la póliza de seguro y su tarjeta de circulación. Okay.
Here's all the paperwork that we need in case we get pulled over by the cops.
¿Vale?
And this is the abandoned vehicle. It's been sitting for at least 12 to 13 years. And now it's time to bring this vehicle back to life. The paint on this vehicle is faded by the sun, even though that it's under a shade, and it looks pretty rough. We went ahead and get the keys, and I hope all the electronics works on this vehicle. The door handles and door seals were stuck. Most of the doors won't even open, but we managed and went ahead and opened all the doors and the trunk. The car looks pretty okay for a 12-year abandoned vehicle, but let's see what happens next. Let's open the hood and let's see what we find out. For starters, I could see a bunch of leaves and debris and mouse crap all over this engine bay. I wasn't expecting this. But that's what happens when you leave a vehicle unattended. We seem to have some valve cover gasket seals gone bad before the car was parked. And we seem to have some water damage. We went ahead to the local AutoZone and get this cheap Chinese mini toolbox to remove the battery because the airline didn't allow us to take any tools into the plane. This vehicle had this red top Optima battery that it was working just perfectly when we left this vehicle, but now it's dead, and it's been dead for a while, so I'm guessing nothing is bringing this battery back to life, so we might as well replace it. We need to remove this battery strap, and honestly I don't know if you guys hate it as much as I do. This stupid battery strap gets twisted while you're trying to undo it and when you are trying to reinstall it. I don't know why they don't use a metal one. It's such a pain in the butt to remove. But it's finally off. So it's time to install the new battery. We went ahead and bought the cheapest battery that we could find because the Mexico City tax, it's way overdue. What I paid for this battery, it's almost the price that I pay on the USA from the red top Optima battery. These prices are outrageous. For what I paid for this battery, I'm pretty sure I could get 2 or even 3 batteries from Walmart, and they are a better quality battery than this one. But I need to check out this vehicle and if the electronics works or if it does run. Okay, so we have power. Everything is lighting up. And we got headlights. Let's check out the rest. I was told that the sunroof was leaking, so they put this plastic bag on top of it. I am not sure if that helps or not, but let's see what's wrong with it. The sunroof was real stuck, but after a few attempts, we got it open. And guess what? No wonder this sunroof was leaking. The sunroof drain and gutters were all clogged up and the rain couldn't get out. So that was the main reason that we are having water damage inside the vehicle. I just hope and pray that this didn't ruin any of the electronics of the vehicle. All of the sunroof rails were covered with dirt and debris from the tree on top of it. So I don't know what's worse, to leave a vehicle under a tree shade or get your plastics and your paint faded because it's not under a roof. This vehicle will need a lot of work and I don't have any of my tools right here. The running lights works, the headlight works, the fog light works, and the high beam works. All the electronics seems to be working just fine. Let's check out the motor oil level. It seemed to be okay, but I found terrible news. I don't know at what point my dad serviced this car before it went to a road trip. And my dad has these old and stubborn ideas on putting real thick motor oil into the engines. And guess what? He put 20 weight by 60 Castrol motor oil. This motor oil was so thick and sticky that it's a miracle that this engine wasn't damaged on the highway. But I'm not sure if something might be damaged inside of the engine, because he did the same stupid thing with the silver Ford Focus, and he managed to damage that engine until the point that we had to get a parts car to replace that engine. Now I am disconnecting the fuel line to try to prime all the bad gas in the fuel tank and replace it with new one. But guess what? Nothing is coming out. I don't hear the fuel pump, and my sister is trying to get this started working, so maybe the pump will prime. And guess what? The starter, it's not working. So it's time to head back to the AutoZone and check out if I could find these parts. On the meanwhile, we are gonna start to clean this engine bay the best we can. Since I don't have all of my fancy tools back home, I just bought a paintbrush and I am trying to remove most of this dirt and grime and rat shit from the engine bay. Because even though if we get this vehicle started, it could turn into a fire hazard. Later on, I am gonna detail the whole engine bay and the inside and outside the vehicle. But for now, I am trying to get this vehicle running. Check this out. Look how much rat crap it's under the air filter. It's disgusting. It's a good thing that I'm using a face mask to do this job, because I don't want to get sick with hantavirus. And check out the mess inside of the vehicle. This plastic sun visor, it's covered with mold. And now this is how it looks after we clean it. But we can't clean the headliner. I am pretty sure that I will have to remove this headliner and replace it. Or maybe I could find some products to help me out to clean this headliner. All of this vehicle needs major detailing and work, inside and out. There's tons of work on this vehicle, and I don't have that much time. I am cleaning up the rain gutters on the trunk, so that way the car won't get rotted while I figure out what I'm gonna do with this vehicle. We went ahead and tried to order the parts from AutoZone, but the Mexican vehicle has some different parts. And check this out, guys. This is the twin brother of my Nissan Tsuru. When these vehicles came out from the dealership, they were just the same car. They were the same color, inside and out, and these vehicles left the showroom together as this one is. So you can see how far my Tsuru transformation has went from a stock Tsuru 2 into the vehicle that it's now. Later on, we are gonna try to make this vehicle run again, because this one has been sitting for at least 8 years or more. And later on, guys, we are gonna have some cool revivals on this channel. The Ford Tempo next to it, it also needs to be running again. And we have a 68 Chevelle and a 68 Ford Falcon, plus some VW bugs. But for now, it's time to head back home. I couldn't get the parts because the Mexican Focus is different from the US one. So I am gonna order all of those parts on the US, and I am gonna ship them to Mexico City to get that Focus fixed. I even though might have some parts laying around from the parts car, I am pretty sure that I have an starter and a fuel pump. So let us know in the comments what you think about this car revival and which vehicle you would like to see that we bring back to life next. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.